Over the past 5 years, we've asked you to provide your input on the region's rapid transit project at every key decision point along the way. You've played an important role in shaping the rapid transit project, and now we're asking for your input and involvement once again. The region of Waterloo continues to plan for population and employment growth over the next 20 years. Growth brings jobs, vibrancy, and prosperity. However, it must be managed properly in order to continue avoiding the type of outward growth that consumes farmland and countryside. To achieve this goal, growth must be encouraged within existing urban areas. This map depicts the Regional Growth Management Strategy. The orange corridor on this map is the Central Transit Corridor, which was designated as an area of future growth and development. The Central Transit Corridor today contains 27% of the region's population and 50% of employment. With rapid transit, this corridor is expected to accommodate even more of the region's growth. Regional Council adopted the Regional Growth Management Strategy in 2003. The goals of the Regional Growth Management Strategy are building vibrant urban places, improving transportation choice, enhancing the natural environment, protecting the countryside, fostering a strong economy, and building strong partnerships. The Regional Growth Management Strategy is anchored on rapid transit, which will help us to move people and shape our community. Rapid transit is just part of the larger transportation system in Waterloo Region. The Moving Forward Transit program is an integrated approach that combines rapid transit with the reoriented and expanded bus system. It includes improvements ranging from integration with VIA and GO trains, which are scheduled to come to our region later this year, to road improvements in support of rapid transit and park and ride facilities. In 2006, Regional Council approved rapid transit as the preferred transportation strategy for Waterloo Region. The region later identified bus rapid transit, BRT, and light rail transit, LRT, as the most viable and beneficial technologies from a list of 10. From there, the rapid transit team looked at many different configurations of routes, station locations, and technologies. The region ranked each configuration based on 4 key criteria: transportation, social and cultural environment, natural environment, and economic impact, consulting the public at each step. In June 2009, Regional Council approved light rail transit implemented in stages as the preferred technology for Waterloo Region's rapid transit system to ensure affordability and to maximize benefits. In 2010, the provincial government committed $300 million toward capital costs for the project, and the federal government committed up to $265 million, or 1/3 of eligible costs. Based on these funding commitments, the region of Waterloo reviewed implementation options to identify a rapid transit project that is affordable for the region and provides the best value to the community. At Council's request, this review included both bus rapid transit and light rail transit options. Let's take a closer look at light rail transit and bus rapid transit. The routes and station location would be similar for BRT and LRT. With both BRT and LRT, the Grand River Transit bus system would be reoriented with rapid transit as the backbone of the system. The new bus system would include more local routes, new express routes, and GO transit service to and from Toronto and beyond. Both BRT and LRT would run in a rapid way, separated from regular traffic. For BRT, the rapid way would be up to half a meter wider than for LRT. In 2009, the project team used multiple account evaluation to compare BRT and LRT. The multiple account evaluation also provided a way to measure some benefits that were difficult or not possible to translate into dollars. The multiple account evaluation compared the relative costs and benefits of each option. On this graph, a higher rating is better for all categories except cost. LRT has a higher cost to install than BRT, but LRT rates better than BRT for user, environmental, land use, and social and community benefits. BRT is less expensive to build and operate than LRT. LRT costs about twice as much per kilometer to install as BRT. BRT would use a mixture of standard and longer articulated buses with full standing capacity of about 75 to 115 passengers. LRT stations would accommodate 2-car trains with a full standing capacity of up to 450 passengers. With BRT, the number of buses needed to meet ridership demand by 2031 would overwhelm the system north of Fairview Park Mall. Buses would have to run every 1.5 minutes to meet that demand. The number of buses needed to meet that frequency would overwhelm operational systems such as signal priority and rapid way capacity. Land near station areas would increase in value with both BRT and LRT, typically within the first 5 years of operation. The increase in land values is projected to be 5 times greater for LRT. LRT is projected to generate nearly double the number of new jobs in station areas than BRT. Transportation user benefits are travel time savings, cost savings associated with not owning and operating a vehicle, and reduced costs associated with accidents. The entire community would experience higher transportation user benefits with the presence of LRT. LRT is projected to be nearly twice as effective in reducing greenhouse gas emissions as BRT. Why not just build BRT now and convert to LRT later? BRT to LRT convertibility is often viewed as a solution, but it fails to acknowledge the disruption that riders would experience during the changeover. It also doesn't consider the cost associated with replacing BRT infrastructure before its service life is over or even before it's paid for. However, adapted bus rapid transit has better flexibility to convert to LRT in the future. During the conversion, one lane of traffic would be shut down at a time. A BRT service would continue to operate in mixed traffic using its curbside stations. A BRT could be converted to LRT when higher ridership levels are reached and funding is available, but before the service becomes overly congested. A BRT would allow us to transition to LRT sooner by helping to build up ridership. So what exactly is adapted bus rapid transit? Adapted bus rapid transit, like Viva in York Region and Zoom in Brampton, consists of buses running in mixed traffic with curbside stations. ABRT includes distinctive and frequent limited stop service. Buses maintain faster and more consistent travel times with technology that allow faster travel through intersections. ABRT would include more stations than I-Express, with amenities at stations and fares paid before boarding. Bus bypass shoulders would be used on Highways 8 and 401 between Fairway Road and Hespeler Road. For this section of the route, bus bypass shoulders will be used for both BRT and ABRT. Let's take a look at how other cities have staged their rapid transit. Every LRT system in North America has been built in stages. This graph shows the length of LRT constructed in each stage for 4 different cities. Generally, LRT is expanded in steps, as little as 1 kilometer at a time. It would be unrealistic for the region to plan to construct 39 kilometers of LRT all at once, either now or in the future. However, we can build LRT in stages. Fairview Park Mall is roughly at the midpoint of the Central Transit Corridor. Each weekday, about 6,000 passengers board transit in the Central Transit Corridor south of Fairview Park Mall, and about 29,000 board north of Fairview Park Mall. Since more than 80% of the passenger activity is in the north half of the corridor, and if the region must start with a more affordable staged approach, it makes sense to start in the north. The region has defined 11 implementation options. Options L1, 2, 3 and 4, all provide 36 kilometers of rapid transit from Conestoga Mall to the Ainslie Street bus terminal, with LRT in the north and ABRT in the south. The change from LRT to ABRT occurs at either Ottawa Street, Block Line Road, Fairview Park Mall, or Sports World Drive. Options L5, 6, 7, and 8 all provide 34 kilometers of rapid transit from Northfield Drive to the Ainslie Street bus terminal, with LRT in the north and ABRT in the south. Again, the change from LRT to ABRT occurs at either Ottawa Street, Block Line Road, Fairview Park Mall, or Sports World Drive. Options L9 and B10 provide rapid transit from the St. Jacobs Farmers Market to the Ainslie Street bus terminal. L9 is LRT from top to bottom. B10 is BRT from top to bottom. What if we don't build rapid transit? Not building rapid transit also has a cost. An additional $500 million would need to be spent on road expansion. Up to 500 more lane kilometers, or the equivalent of 25 Hespeler roads, would need to be built through many mature neighborhoods. Some of the roads that have been identified for widening in the Regional Transportation Master Plan are Westmount Road, Herb Street, and Northfield Drive. In each of these cases, the newly widened roads would overwhelm the neighborhoods, requiring removal of mature trees and causing some to lose their front or backyards. Business as usual is not considered feasible because of the impact on our community's quality of life. It is not practical to widen many of the roads identified in the Regional Transportation Master Plan. The region would also lose up to $565 million in funding from the provincial and federal governments. The purpose of this public consultation center is to share information and gather input. Staff are available to answer your questions. Please give us your input on the implementation options by filling out a comment sheet at this meeting or on our website. The region will host 7 public consultation centers from March 1st through to the 10th. We will also have information displays at malls and markets across the region. Check out online consultation opportunities on our website. Staff plan to return to the region's Planning and Works Committee on April 12th with the results of the public consultation and a preferred option. Staff will then present the preferred option to the public and gather more input. Staff plan to present a final preferred option to Council for consideration in June. Thank you for your interest in the Rapid Transit Project and for helping to shape our community.